weird, Stu. Isn't this a weird day? What a weird day.
It is so weird. These Republicans, have you noticed their policies? They're so weird.
I have. They're weird.
They're weird.
You know, in fact, I have you know what's really weird is this montage put together that shows all of everybody in the media and everybody on the left suddenly calling J.D. Vance weird. Here it is.
Some of what he and his running mate are saying, well, it's just plain weird.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are.
As weird and creepy as J.D. Vance.
Super weird idea from J.D. Vance.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's quite weird. They're just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
That stuff is weird. They come across weird, and then they start being weird. Yeah, they're weird.
Being a really weird.
He's such a weirdo.
Donald Trump and his weirdo running mate, they're weird. Deeply and profoundly weird.
They are weird.
These Republicans just being weird, it's just weird. It's really weird.
Republican weirdness goes even deeper.
He said a lot of things that are weird, a weird style that he brings, weird policies. Let's start with the weird thing, because it is a thing.
Just plain weird.
What was weird was talking about Diet Mountain Dew. Who drinks Diet Mountain Dew?
You ever seen the guy laugh? That seems very weird to me that an adult can go through 6.5 years of being in the public eye. If he has laughed, it's at someone, not with someone. That is weird behavior.
Wow. Wow. Who's writing the memos? This is unbelievable coordination. I mean, I stand in awe at the system the left has built to where they can get everyone to walk in lockstep overnight. Kamala Harris is horrible. She's the worst vice president. She is hated by everybody. She can't keep anybody on her staff. She is unlikable, unworkable. She's not the replacement. Overnight, she's a genius. She's a genius. You don't know how great she is. Did you know that, I mean, far from being very, very, very busy helping the president run the country every day, she's also a marvelous cook. There's a story out I think it's in the New York Times today about what a health addict she is. And you have to see her exercise routine. It is unbelievable. They're all in lockstep. And, I know that this is true. We know this is the way it works. But it is awesome in its weirdness, creepiness, and quite honestly, Orwellian way to watch this happen in real time. Now, let me tell you what I think they're doing. I think that they are very wisely changing the tone of the conversation. And they're going with Kamala's weird laugh. Isn't that great? He's just weird. And they're trying to change the tone from a grumpy old man, you're a danger to the democracy, to it's just weird, isn't it? They're just weird. They are trying to soften themselves from the possibility of being a fascist dictator to just somebody like you that just looks at things and goes, that is weird, isn't it? Now, you may not do that, but they're also trying to make it a campaign for the younger set. You know, those people that are, well, weirdly younger. I would not dismiss what they're doing right now. I think this is this coupled with black women or white women for Kamala, black men for Kamala, one-legged Asians for Kamala. I don't get it. Until you start to think, perhaps they are softening things by almost mocking themselves. That's the way. They're not. But I think they are trying to appear as though it's all tongue-in-cheek. I think it's a good strategy if that's what they're doing. But it's awesome in its evilness to watch.
It does seem like something like the white dudes for Kamala is a little bit tongue-in-cheek. They do seem to be playing that up a little bit. But I think...
They're going to be the party of fun.
Yeah.
They're going to be a party of fun. Remember, she said, and we're going to have a lot of fun with this, aren't we, Barack? Yeah. We're going to have a lot of fun with this.
It's interesting that you bring this up, because I had the same sort of thought yesterday as I was watching all this, the weird coverage. And I think we're probably in the minority, and I think that most people just look at this on the right and just like, okay, they're just trying this crazy stuff. But the only reason I would say it's notable is that they've tried the same tactic on Donald Trump for so long that it's like global warming, increasing levels of doom, right? Every time you talk about Donald Trump, he's a fascist, he's a dictator, he's Hitler, he's going to stop democracy, and they just keep escalating. Oh, it's Handmaid's Tale, and they've tried that so many times, this one-note strategy against him, that I think trying anything different is probably wise for them. What they do now doesn't work, and Trump knows how to respond to it. This is a little bit different, and so far, it's been basically J.D. Vance on his heels saying, I'm not weird, I swear, I like children, I like my kids. And it's like, oh, well, that's crazy, it's weird. I mean, that's nonsense, especially with the stuff that they promote. Obviously, it's crazy, but it at least maybe is a little bit of a change up from what they've done every other day for the past 5 years.
Yeah, because what you're doing is you're forcing the right into a schoolmarm position. Oh, is that weird that we like children, that we think families are good? Well, you know what's weird is the Paris Olympics with testicles popping out everywhere.
Right. And it is weird.
You sound, even though you're accurate, you sound like the schoolmarm. The happy warrior wins. I think that's their strategy.
Right.
And I think it could pay off.
And it's a little bit of, again, I don't know that it works. Remember, this is a party that's losing, right? So trying something different is what you do in these moments.
I know.
And so I'm just trying, I don't want to oversell it like this is some brilliant strategy. I'm just saying that changing here is probably wise. Not to mention, it's one of those things you've talked about a million times, Glenn, of making your weakness your strength. They are weird. What they want is weird. It's a very good descriptor of what they're trying to do to this country. It is very weird. It is very strange. But they're saying it in a way to disarm the attack against them. Everyone knows the fact that we just had a presidential campaign launch on RuPaul's Drag Race is weird. That's weird. Taking the candidate who won the nomination and replacing him 3 months before an election is weird. All that stuff is weird, but they're almost using this in a way to is that how you see it? Do you think they're trying to disarm the attack that's obviously more applicable to them?
Yes. This isn't normal. This is weird. You know this is weird. This has not happened before. It's none of this is normal. And so they immediately turn and go, he's weird. He's really weird. Have you heard what they're saying? They're weird. And they are bringing the temperature down. They are seeming like the fun people that they are, because she didn't really talk about anything. She didn't know what she said. I mean, I did, the Venn diagrams. We're just having fun with this. That's all we're doing. We're just like you. That's what's happening.
And it's incredible.
And it is... if that's what they're doing, I think it's brilliant and dangerous for the Republic, because she is weird. She is not normal. She is not a traditional candidate. There is no way that Kamala Harris could ever become president unless you took her as the most unpopular candidate in the race, and you put her as the vice president, and then you had some guy who was so wildly incompetent and so dangerous for the country that you put her in, and you put her in at the last minute before anybody can really talk to her again and refresh everybody's mind who she is. Give her very little rope. She's got very little time to offend everybody and to do anything but a soft shoe dance. That's the only way you get her in as president. No Democrat would elect her if it started back last year and she had debates. It would never work. And now you're going to be able to have she is more progressive than Barack Obama. I don't think she's more progressive than Big Mike, but she's much more progressive than Barack Obama. She believes it to the core of her being. And she was raised by Berkeley professors. You know what's weird? That's weird. The only way you can get her in is in a very short time period, have her come in when it's an emergency and everybody has to agree with her, make sure that you got the press in lockstep, and we're just having fun with this. You don't take that seriously, like, oh, I got to do that. Dangerous, very dangerous for our side. And I'm not saying she's going to win. I'm saying don't take this lightly.
It's a real threat to not only the candidacy, but also the country.
What happened with the GOP convention? Why did everybody feel so good after that? Because it was happy and joyful. And that's something we haven't felt in a long time. We're used to people saying the worst things about one another. When they come out with something like weird, that's just weird. That's not offensive at all. And you can kind of laugh about that. It is kind of weird, isn't it? I don't think I can vote for them because that is weird, but you're just so much like me.